Rob, Metallica, we're here at the O2 Centre. Last night you played the BBC Theatre for a Radio 1 recording. How did that go?
I had a lot of fun. I mean, I personally was thrilled to do that. It's great when you play to a small audience like that. You know, it's not always about 25,000 seat arenas or football stadiums. You really feel the intimacy with the crowd and that energy. So that was very nice. Hope we can do more things like that. And as far as the performance, playing the new songs, it was like really the second time that we played a couple of those songs, and I felt that it was better than the first, and it's getting better.
Yeah.
So breaking in new shoes.
Yeah. Have you been rehearsing every day of this tour, the new songs?
Well, we've been trying to. Like, we had a sound check today, and we played a couple of them. And we played in Berlin the other night at the O2 Arena there, and we actually ran through the songs a couple times. So we've been trying to sneak them in there, but we've been so busy, with in stores and kind of Q&A roundtables and stuff like that, just promotional type stuff. We're only here for a week, so they're trying to really work us.
Yeah, I bet.
And then so when you can fit in, a rehearsal or at least jam through the song one time, you do. Or even away from that, like I'll put on my Discman and I'll sit there and I'll go through the songs and stuff like that.
So Death Magnetic's finally out. This is your sort of Metallica debut, even though you've been in the band about 5 years now.
Yeah, it's amazing. Time's gone by fast. It's like you join Metallica and next thing you know you're married, you got 2 kids, and and I'm happy to say that Death Magnetic is finally here, and can't wait to keep dissecting these songs so we can play them for you.
Yeah. So I mean, how does recording a Metallica album differ to previous bands like Suicidal and with Ozzy and stuff? It's very different. For me, with Death Magnetic, it was really about, it was about absorbing their method and learning from them, trying to it was like going to the best school of song arranging and writing in a lot of ways, to see Lars and James feed off each other and to capture a lot of that magic. Because I was there the whole time, which is kind of a first, because I guess they didn't really do that over in the history of their writing sessions. So that was very cool. The scary thing is I really feel that Death Magnetic is sort of a launch pad in a way, creatively, for more to come, and I just think it's going to get better, and and be that much more exciting. It was kind of like, it had been a while since the band, aside from me, it had been a while since they had really kind of nurtured and prepared these kind of songs. Yeah.
So that is a very cool thing. And for me as a bass player, joining the situation and being able to contribute to something thrashy and have some of that old school flavor, and yet have this element of groove, was pretty exciting. What I might say is, Rick, when we were recording this stuff, was like, okay, everybody stand up, and play like you're playing live. That was the whole theme of this, is like, we want to capture a live flavor to this. So when we were recording, we were standing up. When I was tracking bass, I was standing up, and
I've been seeing the Mission Metallica stuff where you just gonna knock stuff over.
yeah. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I really felt that. I mean, we didn't record to a click track or anything. It just has a certain vibe that I think, again, is gonna set things off for the future, and again, for me, just kind of learning from these guys. I mean, in situations with like Infectious Grooves, it was completely the opposite. It was great, though. It was an experiment. It was like, okay, let's just jam. You go into a rehearsal studio for 4 days, 4 hours a day, have your little cassette recorder, Radio Shack, whatever, and throw in your cassette and record. And the next thing you would hear that idea is when you're actually recording in the studio.
and then we were trying to fuse James Brown with you know, Slayer and, you know, and whatnot. So it was one big mash in a way, but it was fun. In a band like Metallica, it's more, there's a lot of detail. It's almost like a work of art, you know, and in terms of the dynamic, and it's like the body of music to me is like a special painting, you know, where there's shading in it, and there's a lot of, you know, a lot of the dynamics. James really stepped up on this album. I feel that when I first came into the band with Saint Anger, he seemed a bit guarded, and you know, sometimes it seemed like, you know, you're on a tightrope with him, and nowadays it's like, hey man, let's go see Social Distortion, or you know, the Police, or you know, whatever. He just got his fire back.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Do you think the pressure was really on James during the sort of the songwriting part? You know,
no, I think, you know, that's the thing. What I've learned about Metallica is, I mean, when Metallica straps on the instruments, it's like big teenagers. I mean, you know, jokes flying around, just riffage, you know.
Yeah.
It's like they're back in the garage. I mean, you know, of course, yeah, we're at the headquarters and it's this incredible, you know, complex, but at the end of the day, really, the spirit of it is just like being in a garage with them. The way, just their energy, and I, you know, I think it's hilarious. It's great, and that's what I think captured. That's the magic in the band, as far as like, you know, writing and being creative. They're just having fun, and they don't tend to care so much what people are thinking. It's like, you know, Death Magnetic has gotten really great reviews and everything, but you know, the ones, if they're reviews that aren't great, it's just kind of like, you know, it's get over it. It's just music, and we're just having fun, you know. Oh, you know, the songs are a little long. It's like, well, okay.
What's your favorite song on the album?
Well, it varies.
Yeah.
People ask me that about the catalog, and now they're asking about Death Magnetic. I mean, I love all the songs, and depending on the mood I'm in, you know, it varies. But I really like My Apocalypse.
Yeah.
I just feel that it gets to the point. It's grooving. It's got a funky element to it, but at the same time, it's thrashy, and it's just right here. So I really like that song.
That one must give you 4 on a big
it's a hard song to play.
Yeah.
All these songs are really hard to play, with the exception of Unforgiven 3.
Yeah.
But there's a lot in this music. But the great thing about it is this music has to groove. It's like you have to. It's like you can't think it too much. You have to feel it, and that's one of the things when I say I look to the future, and I just look to a future that could even be brighter and just open up even further. It's a lot of that to me is sort of connected to Lars and developing that kind of drum and bass relationship with him, because he's got that with James, 100%, you know.
Yeah.
And I think in so many years he needs to, it's going to be like a reconnection where he and I are, and it's gotten 100 times, you know, more together and solid. Actually, before the tour, in May, we started jamming on these songs, just Lars and I, and that was a first. It was like, hey, you know, let's jam, let's play the new songs, like, just the two of us, okay, you know. So, you know, that's pretty cool.